Every time you take him back after he tells you a lie and you catch him, this is what you're telling him.
Welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Now let's talk about it.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl B Ferg, and welcome back to my channel where we talk about love, relationships, God, singleness, dating, marriage, and whatever else you guys throw in those comments. I am here for you. That's right, I'm your internet bestie. Thanks for joining me today. Now, I like to start off with a little story because we gotta talk about some things, y'all. I remember dating this one guy who was cheating on me like all the time. Okay. So much so that it wasn't until he embarrassed me one day that I woke up. So in this relationship, we were working together at a school, and it was in middle school, and I would notice that the little girls would size me up, and that the people would be talking about things like whispers, right? And then on the home end, I would notice like different behaviors that came off as sneaky, let's say that. Down to you taking my vehicle and you're saying you're at the studio, but you'll be gone all night, right? And what I would do is I would confront the things that I was sensing, but I never had any hard evidence. But I knew enough to be like, you're moving a little shady. And what would happen is they would gaslight me and make me feel like I'm crazy. Or have you ever had somebody that would just flip the whole argument on you? And like if you catch them, they would somehow make it seem like it's your fault why they were cheating. So it was that type of situation. And I would often confront him. And even with the I know what I know in my shanana, I stayed. And you want to know? One day as we were dismissing the children from school, what happens is everybody comes out. We're in the parking lot. We're getting them on the bus. And they dismiss. And then we go home. On this particular day, we were walking outside and I was confronting him because one of the parents had said something to me. I think they brought him some lunch or something. And I was just like feeling really disrespected that day. And I said, he asked me for something. And I was like, why don't you go ask your girlfriend? And he was like, you want to know what's funny about that? You know about all of these women that I'm dealing with and you haven't done anything about it. Mind you, we're at dismissal. So not only are the kids outside, the staff is outside. Some of our friends are outside. The people he was messing with probably was outside. And he said that so loud. It rung so clear in my brain. I said, you're absolutely right. I haven't done anything about it. You're right. And that's when it snapped for me. So see, while you think that you're not saying anything else about it, or you're not bringing it up anymore, but he's doing it, you're telling him that it's okay to do it, right? Because there's no consequence. It's just life in general. If you let someone mistreat you and there are no consequences, they're going to keep treating you that way. And then you're less of a victim and more of a person that is enabling someone to treat you anytime. I love how I think Pastor Darius Daniels broke down the Garden of Eden and how God had boundaries. He gave them this beautiful place to be in, to dwell in. You have all of these trees that you can have access to, but I just need you to respect my one boundary and not mess with this one tree. And what happened when they messed with the tree? Exactly. I don't love you any less, but I asked you not to eat from this tree and you ate from the tree. Now, your consequence is you got to get out of my presence. So when we go around and we allow people to do and say whatever they want to us, hurt our feelings, make us feel less than, and there's no consequence behind it, if it's continually happening, it's because You haven't put your foot down. The embarrassment was so loud that I went home because we were living together. That's another thing. Why y'all living with these men and they ain't put no ring on it? And you're not under the covenant of matrimony. Why are you living with him? So that was another mistake. We're living together. I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm washing. You could take my car wherever you want to go. I'm doing the wifely things without a ring. Why? Stop doing that. We're no longer doing that. So after that conversation in the parking lot, I went home and something clicked. I stopped cooking, I stopped washing clothes, and I started planning. I started planning my escape. See, sometimes y'all think y'all got to get away immediately, right? And sometimes they're waiting on an immediate response, but you don't always have to have an immediate response because I was alone. I had nowhere else to go. So I had to be strategic about what I was doing. So I started working out. Of course, that's always the first thing we do. Started taking care of me more. And he felt me disappearing because one of his women approached me and was like, oh, we stopped talking because he was saying something about he feel like you about to leave him or something. The nerve of her. But anyway, so I started pulling back. All of the access that I would give you before, all of me that I was giving you, that you didn't know what to do with, I started pulling it away. And he started to feel it. One day he came home. One late night he came home. And I was in the bed. I was up. And he just looked at me and he was like, what's up? I was like, nothing. I'm leaving you. And you want to know what he did? He drugged me by my neck, took me in the closet, and I said, if you unalive me, I'm leaving you. And if you don't unalive me, I'm still leaving you. And I think he knew in that moment that I wasn't playing any games. And he said, you know what? Let me get out of here before I hurt you. And I said, fine. What he didn't realize was that would be the last day he ever saw me. The next day, I had the locks changed. I left everything behind. I took some of my clothes as the door had opened for me to go somewhere else. I don't think he saw me until 5 years later in the same city. And when he saw me, he was like, man, you look different. I was like, yeah, I know my worth now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying that to say to you, if you allow certain things, if you address certain things and you do nothing about it, they're going to keep doing it. Okay? And if you address something and they gaslight you to make you feel like it is your fault when you know for sure in your shanana that you had nothing to do with that, you need a strategy. Okay? I know a lot of you feel like you're stuck. That's fine. I'm here to tell you that you're never stuck. If you cannot get out immediately, take steps every day. Small steps every day. Remove a little bit of access if you can't do a lot. Just a tad bit of access each day. As you're preparing your mind and whatever you have to do. You're not working, get a job. One lady said to me, I was like, I just want to stay. She said, baby, no. You always want to have some funds, okay? Always get you some funds just in case. Because sometimes people feel like you're stuck and you're not going to leave. And that's never the case. God always makes a way of escape. You hear me? So you take baby steps and you pull back access and baby steps until you're free, okay? Don't make the mistakes I made. That's why I made this channel. So all of the stupid mistakes that I made, that you may be in right now, you can get out and you can know that there is a rainbow on the other side. There are promises that are sure, that are for you. And even though we make mistakes, God still makes it work out for our good. We just got to make sure we're taking the right steps to be free, because you're free. Now, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for joining. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Let's talk. We're besties. I love you. Bye.